Hey, back again. So this is the second video for some sword and shield work. I'll do a little bit of review as far as shield positioning, holding, that kind of thing, and I'll want to get into some of the things that I didn't get to the other day, such as making sure to cover yourself while you're attacking. Don't just throw one hit. Throw multiple hits, because one might not do the job, or you may have to redirect because the person defends. So I want to talk about that kind of thing. So first of all, wait for the plane to go by, because I don't know how much that's drowning me out. So first of all, we'll just start with shield positioning. So again, remember, don't put it straight across in front of you, as this is just going to tire your arm out and you're going to be dead within a few minutes. So always have it on an angle, or have it your arm and shoulder straight up, so everything locks in. You can either have it like this, so this is helping to defend the face. This corner here defends the outside, and the lower point helps defend the lower area or the left. Remember to keep your movement to a minimum. So coming to this side, turning at the hip. Do not extend the arm and hold it. If you're punching out, that's fine, bring it back in. You can also bring it up on an angle like this, okay, and defend this way, so you're covering the outside. Now this keeps the lower part of your body a little exposed, but again, you can drop the shield in to defend those areas. So the thing that I didn't get to the other day was talking about the actual attacks. You saw me, throwing attacks and moving the shield to defend. But the idea with this is, when you're using single sword or single weapon, long sword, whatever, you do things called counterattacks, or redirections while you are initiating an attack back at your opponent. So for example, if a cut were to come into my shoulder here, I could block it with the sword, and in the same movement come around and attack back onto my opponent. The same thing is with the shield. You do the same thing with the shield. So if I'm going to block here, I'm lifting it a little bit because he's going for my head. I'm not just going to stand here and defend. I'm going to attack at the same time. The question is, where do I attack? Do I just throw it in wherever? Well, yes, you can throw it anywhere you want, but as they're attacking here, their arm is extending, so it's coming like this to your head. It's a beautiful open target, and in a lot of the period manuscripts, there's a lot of illustrations of people's hands being cut off, or the arms being cut or chopped. So ideally, what you want to do is, as that arm comes in, you lift to defend, and you're going to cut to that extremity, to that arm. So the idea is to incapacitate or disarm, if you will. So you're here in your guard, okay, here, wherever you want to be. All right, that comes up, so you lift the shield, and as that's happening, you're going to cut to that arm. Now that might not completely work. He might see it coming and defend and come back. He's cutting to your other side, come over the top and move. But again, remember, move the feet as well. Don't just stay static. The other thing with it is, don't rely on one hit taking care of your opponent. For example, you throw in to the same side as his shield, chances are he's gonna be able to defend with the shield. So take the momentum that you've gained from that hit and that bounce off that shield to come around and engage with another hit. That one doesn't work, or it's defended, come back for another hit, say low to the leg. That actually is something I did want to talk about. I was watching something the other day, and they were talking about a lot of archaeological information from battles where, say, you've got a more of a peasant army, or a less equipped infantry going against a more heavily armored or shielded force. And what they found was that a lot of these lesser equipped forces, I guess you could say, have shields, smaller shields, and a lot of the damage that they were finding on the skeletons was to the lower legs, was to the legs itself. So especially when you get a smaller shield, you're going to have to work at defending those legs, or at least keeping those legs out of the line of cutting, as it were. So just to review again, if a hit comes in, you defend, go right for that closest target. If that target doesn't work, you can always redirect if they're not going to be if they're not attacking back right away. If they're attacking back right away, obviously, okay, you defend, you're attacking that arm that they're using. If they move and they're attacking your other side, come around and block with the shield, sword, whatever you need to do, and come in with another cut if you have to, or if you can, I should say. All right, so the idea is to keep moving. Don't let one hit be your answer. Okay, you want to make sure you mix it up and you go for every opening that you can find. So I'll see if I can do a little bit of that on the Pell here, just to give you an idea of the movement and how it should look. So I don't know if that really showed you what I was trying to explain, but again, I think from this, attack the closest open extremity or open part of the body on your opponent. In most cases, it's the arm. It's going to be coming in to the closest part of the body. Or sorry, sorry, I just had something flash across my screen. Whatever it is they're attacking with is going to be the closest thing. If you can knock their sword out of the way, great, but why not go for their actual body part, their arm, their hand, their leg even. If they step forward, like I said, your shield leg is the leg directly behind your shield. So in this case, shield is in the left arm, left leg is going to be forward. If for some reason they step forward with their right foot, yeah, they're attacking, but you defend it. If that leg's there, drop your sword down and go for that leg. Okay, when you're sparring or when you're doing light work, and this is what I encourage people to do if they're practicing with a shield, do slow work, back and forth, trading blows. So you know, you block, attack, block, attack, block, attack, and keep going and looking for those openings. Don't worry about whether you get a hit. Don't worry about whether you're winning. It's not the point. The point is to develop the skill, is to develop the reaction time to be able to defend and attack simultaneously, and then redirect so you can defend from that next incoming attack and lay on with another attack, and continue in that 360-degree movement back and forth. Don't just go one way in a circle or the other way. Mix it up. So here, 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 here. Okay? Another thing to think about too, when you're starting to do this kind of sparring back and forth, if you're I just lost my train of thought. And if your partner or your opponent goes high, go low. All right? Don't always attack the shield side. The shield side obviously is the best defended. The sword side is where you're trying to get around. So you're always trying to get them to move in a way that opens them up slightly, that you can get something in on them. But remember, those legs are literally the most vulnerable thing there. The trick though, and this is where a lot of people can get kind of caught up, if you start looking and paying a lot of attention to those legs, you may just accidentally leave yourself vulnerable up here and leave your head exposed. All right, so if you drop your shield without thinking because you're going low on them, it's going to leave you open and they're going to take that. All right, I'll give up my leg if I can take your head and kill you. That's kind of the trade-off. The other thing that I found too, is with that dropping of the shield. What a lot of people forget is, as you're attacking in, they tend to let the shield drop. And this may feel great as far as relaxing for your arm, but look how open, I'll back up a bit, look how open my body is. All right, like everything there is vulnerable. They could thrust, all they have to do is deflect my sword out, up or down, and I'm a clear target for being impaled or sliced or whatever they want to do to me. You know, slice and dice. So be aware, and again, this is where this it's like using two weapons. You have to practice to get them to work in concert. It's the same thing with a sword and a shield. It's not just this big door here, oh, I'll be able to defend myself. No, it's an instrument. It needs to be played with properly. It needs to be executed properly, used properly. Okay, so don't dismiss the fact that, oh, I've got a shield, I can defend myself. It's not that easy. All right, you need to be able to, you need to train with it. You need to be able to use it without thinking. You need to be able to place it, use it as a weapon when you have to, and get the job done. I think that's it for right now. Sorry if I was rambling a bit, but these are off the cuff right now. I will review them later, and then I'll maybe fine-tune them a little bit and do a more concise video later. But if you have any questions or not sure about things that I've said or talked about on here, and if you, of course, if you want to see more, please write something below. And of course, subscribe, and that helps me out as well. All right, take care, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it.